Mama say, mama saw, mama cool saw. Mama say, mama saw, mama cool saw. Mama say, mama saw.
Get on with it.
Hey, so I finally got the build together. This Gladiator is level 91 so far. So kind of missing a few passive points, but I just really wanted to get this out there because I realized the flaw in me not including gameplay because I didn't make the build before making the build video, you know? But speaking of the build video, I do want to address, I got a few comments and messages talking about, oh, this build is like pretty bad, you know, this build is a joke. And I want to be completely honest, that is 100% true. Everything that they're saying to me is just true. This build is not very good. And I don't want to bait anyone into playing this build and just being disappointed. It's really not worth the budget. You could actually do everything I'm doing here on a Necromancer for way less and probably get more damage. I just thought it would be fun. And I really need to be honest. I want to be the one guy on PoE Ninja that has this build. So this is my throne. It's reserved to me. No one else play this build. But if you do want to play this build, watch the gameplay and form your own opinion. But really don't think it's that amazing. Anyways, just wanted to go over some stuff that I learned while putting this build together. One, block chance. I did not realize these little tattoos are so expensive. I didn't do my homework. I thought that they were like a few chaos. I didn't know they were 1 to 2 divines each. So I bought one, and then I actually unspec'd Weapon Master for the block chance here. Now, honestly, I put on Weapon Master, and I really didn't notice a difference in the explosions. The only thing I noticed a difference in was just sand stance. Like the sand stance got a little bigger. But yeah, not entirely sure it's worth it. I'm going to get the tattoos for this and grind for that, and then try it again, and maybe I'll look harder, but I don't know. I didn't really notice anything. But yeah, skill trees like normal. I got Corrupted Blood immunity here. I did manage to solve Bleed immunity with this Ghastly Eye Jewel plus 1 chance to avoid bleed tattoo. And yeah, everything else is fine. These Cluster Jewels are really bad, and I'll need to upgrade them later. And also, I want to go over, this ring is a little unethical. I thought that this ring was worth like nothing, and it's worth on trade like 10 or so divines. It's way easier to craft this yourself. Literally just buy 5 mirrored gloam rings for like 10 chaos each, and then just 5 to 1 vendor them, and then reroll that one until you get something. I think I reforged life on this like 6 times and got this, and then I was like chilling after that. Other than that, nothing else is that impressive. I do want to point out, though, where is it? My chaos resistance is really bad. It doesn't actually matter because I block most chaos attacks, and I'm not poison immune, but I'm close to it with the Pantheon. But so far, I think I've only died, let's see. I've died 9 times. I think a few of those were in the campaign before I was even playing Reapers. And then the rest of them are literally to just mercenaries, and then 1 to Searing Exarch, as you'll definitely see later. Oh, and also one more thing. I figured out what to do with that last jewel slot. I just threw in Val Haste. It's free. That's all. Go enjoy the gameplay.
My spirit is spent.
Others think it.
Strategic knowledge.
ecstasy.
Sorry, Exile.
Then we can arrive.
Go on. Do it.
The more tightly.
Let's
Kill this selfish malcontent.
all is lost.
Fuck.
I'm not stupid. I know what you want.
Let's make a deal.
I could offer you pure regrets. Ticking. One shot, that's all I need. One shot, one kill. Wrath and code. You beat me, you play me.
My spirit is spent. Pure ecstasy. spent. This is bliss. My spirit is spent. Pain is purpose. Remember me? We will. Here you won't.
Valdo had some ingenious designs hidden in his memories. Observe! Light of salvation! Rayclass needs me! Repent! Valdo's designs were flawed. Do you remember dying here? You will. What are you? my own creation. Breaklast needs me! Light of salvation, repent! Darkness surrounds us! Ha! Plenty more where that came from. Face your destruction! Burn away sin! Sin surrounds you! No! Impossible! How? This isn't over! This will never be over! I will unify humanity!
Your absurd defiance ends here, hatchling. Annihilation. Incineration. Fires of 1,000 suns.
My spirit is spent.
The strength, hatchling.
That may be, but I am not alone.
How pathetic. Incineration. Disintegration. Cleansing. The fires of 1,000 suns. Incineration. Disintegration. Cleansing. Annihilation.
Until the others arrive to challenge me for this realm.
You will die alone and afraid.
Bring the beast in my sights, exile. You have been captured, beast. You will be a survivor, or you will be food. The first ones look upon this capture with pride, exile.
This is bliss.
Kill me once.
death, Seer.
Parkour is...
I do not wish to. A wise choice indeed.
You stain the ground with your press. You stand at a crossroads. Choose wisely. Run if... Show no weakness. Might of his hand!
Oh, this is this.
The code is clear. It is forfeit.
We will be best friends, beast.
Behold, purity. Reprimand. Coursing faith. Engulf. Belief and conviction shall free your mind. Open your heart. You deny. God.
Right, where was I?
A secure future for one and all.
Nothing is secure within the reality of torment. In the depths of her mind,
My spirit is
she
spent.
wholly reforged him. Hubris unyielding. Consequence. Frozen in time and space. To suffers. For what purpose? What reason? The Atlas is everything we see and everything we do. Unbridled reverie. Unmake.
Whatever shall I do?
In the darkest part of your mind, there is The Atlas is everything we see and everything we do. Unmake. Burning synapses. To suffers. For what purpose? What reason? Unbridled reverie. Hubris unyielding. The Atlas is everything we see and everything we do. In the darkest part of your mind, there is untold power. Awaken. Power absolute.
Okay, just wanted to have some closing thoughts of day one of the build. I just put this together. Not everything's perfect, as you can tell. I just kind of wanted to show what this would be like on the quote-unquote low-budget version, even though this is still expensive. I still, as you could probably tell, I have a lot of things that are wrong. I have gems that aren't leveled. I got this line that isn't leveled, which means that I can't level this precision. Stuff like that. There's a lot of things wrong, but I'm hoping to take this build as far as it can go. But good parts of the build, I actually think it's really satisfying. I kind of enjoy the little gratuitous violence blood pops. I think they're pretty cool, and I like all the sword slashing effects, or scythe slashing effects, as all the Reapers jump on one guy. I think it's pretty funny, and I have enjoyed it so far. And speaking of the blood explosions, I think I just learned right after I finished recording all this stuff that there are occultists that use spiritual aid to scale the profane bloom explosions. So maybe this is the angle, and I put in spiritual aid so that the blood explosions are actually good. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe that works. I'll have to do some research. But other than that, I also think the Reaper AI is better than I thought. I saw comments on different videos talking about how their AI is just generally bad and they just kind of stand around and do nothing. In my experience, they're actually... it helps a lot that the Reaper Revenant's gem has 40 base movement speed on it with gem quality. But it's actually better than I thought, honestly. They go and run after guys and just blow them up. It's pretty funny. Also, I just kind of proud of myself that my crackpot build that I just threw together ended up being able to do things, Obviously, it's not insane. You could tell from those clips that the DPS is just okay to below average. But I don't know. I'm surprised this build did anything. I really thought that this was a build that was going to walk in and just get destroyed by white mobs 2 seconds into a tier 5 map. I thought it was going to get obliterated. But it is a little better than that. Obviously, I'm kind of new to the game. I've only played last league in Settlers. So better than expected, really. But anyways, the bad parts of the build, which you could probably tell, this build gets obliterated by degens. Burning Ground and Exarch Rune specifically have just been annihilating this build so far. And I'm sure Awakener's Distillation's even worse. I haven't tried that out yet, but usually, I feel like they're usually not that bad because, you can see them and just walk around it. But this build kind of can't because there's so much going on. So, they're kind of an issue. I could try and fix it. If I get poison immune somehow, I can try and go over here for unaffected by Burning Ground and solve the issue a little bit, but not entirely. Also, obviously, the blood explosions are not that cool. Compared to something like Profane Bloom, they aren't insane. And plus, enemies that get one shot by the Reapers don't explode because I don't think they're counted as bleeding. They had to have been hit to bleed, and they get hit and then just die, and then they're not bleeding, so they don't really explode. So that's kind of sad. So I may consider actually moving the explosions to the Mercenary, but if they scale with Spiritual Aid, which I'm going to check out and test and post a follow-up video with a little bit of a higher budget, maybe it's worth it. And then also, obviously, DPS is not that great. It's probably, I want to say around ballpark 1 million. I haven't actually configured the POB in a way that, is that great. I'm not a POB wizard. I don't really know how it works that well, but I did actually get a comment from the guy that inspired the build entirely, which is so sick, that I didn't really configure it that well, and I was underselling it because the DPS was way lower than it should be. So I don't know what the DPS should be, but I will try and get a more real number in the description for this one. Anyways, I want to talk about future upgrades. Basically, throwing in some Awakened gems. Awakened minion damage and Awakened melee fizz and brutality are all kind of cheap for Awakened gems, so it would probably boost the damage by a bit. In Old Natal's Val over here, it said that Replica Dragon's Fang Flight could be pretty good. Especially if I could get a hold of a I don't want to say an Empowered Awaken because that's low-key not, Awakened Empower because that's low-key not happening. But putting something in here and then being able to run increased critical strikes and increased critical damage would probably be a huge boost instead of just the +2 levels. And then I'd still do really want to check out Perfect Dark Reapers, so I'm probably going to do maybe a third video after the increased budget video where I do Wraith Lord and Perfect Dark Reapers and see if it's better or worse, really. But yeah, You have a good one.